You don't want to dig in a boundary cable? Well, then watch this video, because this robotic lawnmower navigates just with a camera. I bought my copy of the Eufy E18 regularly approximately 3 months ago and want to report about my experiences. It is a robotic lawnmower you can just put into your garden and it will explore the area by itself with its camera eyes. While exploring, the robot moves a little bit faster and louder than in the succeeding mowing action. For example, this edge of the bed was recognized. My garden is not an easy environment for a robotic lawnmower. Uneven surfaces, many obstacles, separated into 3 different zones. But the Eufy E18 can do it, and while exploring, it maps its new environment in the app. Well, the recognition of obstacles are no problem for the Eufy E18. We don't need to discuss this any further, it's an easy task. Okay, if the bed is equally green than the grass, it is difficult. But usually brown earth is easily recognized and circumnavigated. In addition, we did not discover any problems finding this charging station. The robot always found its home easily. When it arrived there, it saves the map to the Eufy cloud and gives an acoustic feedback about it. Therefore, at least in one spot in your garden you should have a Wi-Fi connection, because otherwise it cannot upload the map to the Eufy cloud and you will not see it in your app. But for the overall mowing process, a Wi-Fi connection is not necessary. Rarely the robot got stuck. You will then get a message on your mobile phone in the app. If this happens frequently in the same spot, you can set up a no-go zone in the app. You can see it here in red color. If the robot is finished with the mapping of the first zone in your garden, you can start the mowing process. Then the robot will move slower and also much quieter. Now comparable with other robotic lawnmowers. This robot saves a lot of time by mowing in well organized and thought out tracks and not by a chaos principle. Here you can see the overlap of the separate tracks, which you can adjust in the app, together with the cut length and separate for all zones. You can easily set up a working schedule in the app for at what day and what time the robot should work. This area was particularly difficult, but the robot found its way to the next zone and the map will get more accurate with each time the robot is mowing this area. Here the white line shows the first discovery, then the bright green shows the area it has already mowed, and the dark green shows the later discovered areas. This robot can only work at daytime because it needs some light for his camera eyes. This saves the life of hedgehogs and other animals. The first generation of robotic lawnmowers needed a boundary wire. The second generation needed a separate GPS antenna. This could result in limited signal reception underneath of trees. I would say the Eufy E18 is the third generation of robotic lawnmowers. No boundary wire needed, no RTK antenna, just camera eyes. And you can see how nicely it works on every spot by rotating and going back and forth. At sunset, the Eufy switches on its front light, which gives enough light to find its charging station. You can steer the robot via Bluetooth in the app, back and forth, left and right. By this you can direct it to drive through difficult paths which it will memorize. In the majority of cases, a very thought out algorithm helps to avoid that the robot gets stuck, but sometimes nothing helps. Especially molehills and soft earth are the reasons for this. I believe the robot is equipped with a gyro, because in the app you can adjust to avoid steeper inclinations. The robot then tries to find shallower paths and goes this way, as you can see here. Before you set your robot free, you should for the last time mow with a conventional lawn mower, and this will result in these hills of hay, and if it is still fresh and green, the Eufy cannot really differentiate between grass and hay. However, if it is brown, there were no problems discovered. The good news is, if you use a robot, you will no longer have these stacks of hay. Oops, what was that? I want to inspect this hole a little more accurately. Ah, okay, saved in memory. If the rotating blades are switched off and the robot moves faster, the gear makes some noises. I first thought it would be a production problem of my copy, but a very well organized customer service enabled me to send my copy back free of charge, and I quickly received a new copy, but the sound was the same. I must say that I am relatively sensitive to noise, but in all, this doesn't bother me because the robot makes such a good job. Contrary to most other robots, this robot comes with a garage, which is also the charging station. Simply anchor the garage with the included plastic screws. Connect the power cable and you are all set. Here you can see the 3 rotating razor blades. This robot is relatively small, but on the other side a little higher. If the mapping process is completed, you will recognize your own land in the app. Here in red color are the no-go zones, and in blue color you can set up mandatory mowing zones, for example overgrown pathways. If you enter your password, you can enable the live view function. You can now enjoy the view of your garden through the eyes of the Eufy. This works via internet, so it doesn't matter if you're sitting in the couch in your living room or you are on vacation somewhere else in the world. So, after 3 months, you can see there are no haystacks anymore, and you can also see the direction of the tracks the Eufy has gone, which you can also, by the way, adjust in the app. If you want to order the E18 or E15, please use the link in the video description. Now you can enjoy your garden instead of working in it.